Today we're going to look at a B7 chord. Now this chord is really tricky, I think. If you've been playing guitar a while now and been trying to learn some chords, this is a really good one to challenge yourself, I think. You've got 3 fingers in the 2nd fret and you've got 1 finger in the 1st fret. The awkward part about the B7 chord is that you've got 2 open strings between your fingers. You start with the root note on the B, which is the 2nd finger on the A string. Then you fret the D sharp on the D string, which is the 1st fret of the D. Then you fret the 2nd fret of the G string, which is the A note. Then we've got an open B, and then you have to fret the F sharp, F sharp, which is the 2nd fret of the E string. And it's really difficult to get that shape, I think. It's a really challenging chord, or it will be for a lot of people. Remember to keep your fingers nice and close to the frets. And there's just so many places this could be touching other strings, and your 2nd finger could be touching the string beneath and muting out the D sharp. The 3rd finger could be too high and touching the D sharp string and muting, or it could be too low and then muting the B string and not letting that ring open. And your 4th finger could be too high and that could be touching the B string again. So to get them notes ringing nice and clear is quite difficult. It's a nice challenging chord for people that are getting a little bit more confident with their chords and feel like they want to try something a little bit. It's a nice chord, and it's a useful one to get your hand round before you do come across it in music. Because obviously when you do come across it in a song, because it's used in a lot of songs, the B7, already familiarising yourself with that shape will really be helpful, and being able to pick each note, and you don't play the top E note, and you start on the A string and go down nice and slowly, making sure all the notes ring out, and back up to the A note. The Beatles used a B7 in Strawberry Fields from the B7 there. Make sure your hand isn't all clenched up and tight and nice and relaxed, not too tight on that, don't press too hard down on the strings. So it's your 2nd finger on the B, it's your 1st finger on the D sharp, your 3rd finger on the A, the open B, and then your 4th finger on the F sharp. And that's a B7 chord. And with this chord, it'd be really good practice to swap from a chord that you're familiar with and try and get your fingers back into that shape, because it is I think this is a really tricky one to get your head round once you start getting familiar with, say, your D shape, and then coming into that B7, or maybe go to your G shape and then come back to your B7. Try a C shape and then back to your B7. Maybe try a C shape and then back to the B7 shape. D shape, B7. and that's how to play a B7 chord.